the Bling sisters. Welcome to the Silver Shells Bling party. We're the Bling sisters. Jewelry, bling, fashion, that's our destiny. We're inviting people to join the Bling sisters. Bringing entertainers from around the world. We help you find places to go. We sell you the jewelry to take you there. Glam up, accessorize. Let's get out of the living room and out in the town.
Up and down the 101, glamorized party and having fun.
Sonoma, Santa Rosa, Bodega Bay, Windsor, Katani, Roner Park, Petaluma, Hillsburg.
We're the Bling sisters. Welcome to the Silver Shells Bling party. We're the Bling sisters. Jewelry, bling, fashion, that's our destiny. We're the Bling sisters. Welcome to the Silver Shells Bling party. We're the Bling sisters. Jewelry, bling, fashion, that's our destiny. We talk, we chat, we have conversations with interesting people from around the bay.
Come on, join the Bling sisters. Let them sell you jewelry that'll make your day.
We're the Bling sisters. Welcome to the Silver Shells Bling party. Welcome to the Silver Shells Bling party.
Hello, everyone, and it is a very lovely Sunday outside. I'm Silver Shells.
I'm Cindy Jenkins.
And we are
the Bling sisters.
Oh, and we have all sorts of new equipment. You know, we have a mixing board and all sorts of things. So hopefully...
Hopefully, we do.
We do.
We don't try.
We don't. No, we don't try. No, I was just going to say, hopefully it's a million times better. Anyway, look for the red light in the upper left-hand corner. If it's on, we're live. And look for the notification bell over on the right side. Somewhere you could be notified when we go live. Cindy and I we started out as a little jewelry show in November of last year, and on December 1st, we decided we would start interviewing people. Since then, we've had 93 guests, and we have had, starting our first one was Randy Tieford of Tiny House Live, and we have had radio hosts, songwriters, musicians, comedians, actors, promoters, harmonica players, accordion players, washboard players, saxophonists, and drummers. Our last guest was Fabrizio Grassi, and he was number 3.
93.
Number 93.
Number 93.
Number 93. What did I
Number
say?
9.
Number 9.
Number 9.
Number 9. Anyway, and so Cindy would also like to tell you about our new Patreon. We have a Patreon account.
We have a Patreon page. If you go to the Silver Shells Bling Party business page, you can type in Bling Sisters Live, and it would bring it up in a search. But go ahead and look at that Patreon page and see there's some really glorious merch available. So give it a try, and please share it for us. That's really the big thing, is to get it shared.
Yeah,
and get some circulation going.
I want a mug and
I like
a hoodie. I like the hoodie. We have such a beautiful logo that was designed by Crowbar. And from Artista. So it was just lovely. So
absolutely.
Today. All right, today we have guest number 94, Troy Redfern.
Do you think we ought to bring him in?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Here he comes.
Here's Troy, number
Welcome.
94, Troy Redfern. How are you?
Well, good, thank you. How are you guys?
We're
are
wonderful.
So good. So Troy Redfern is an artist at Diamond Bottlenecks, at Eastwood Guitars, Airline Guitars. He's the founder of the Troy Redfern Band. He's a music producer, recording artist, and he is been nominated for the Wigwam Online Radio
Best
Awards.
Country Act for 2020.
So, not only do you have country, you have progressive blues, rock, experimental, and you play Delta blues. So you have a lot of different styles.
Yeah, I was surprised about the nomination for the Wigwam Award because I've never thought that my music was country orientated, but I suppose there are sort of elements of hill country blues maybe.
Right.
Americana.
And those guys,
Well, it's very gritty, and some of the country can be very gritty. Some of the older coming out of the mountains.
Yeah, that's the music. That Appalachian sort of like country is what I'm drawn to. I'm not really keen on the kind of the sickly sort of chart sort of country. That doesn't really do it for me. But
No.
But Appalachian sort of music's amazing. I love that stuff.
Americana, that you can use a slide and So you've been called a musical visionary. So before we get started, why would you call yourself? Why would they call you a musical visionary?
Maybe they were just being nice. No, I don't know. The person who wrote that was
All right.
I don't know. I just try and I write mainly in the sort of blues vein, but I try not to be sort of too generic. I try and put something myself into it because with the blues scene, I think it's very easy to play sort of like idiomatic sort of play. It's just a straight 12 bar, and I don't really do that. That's not kind of where I want to put something else into it. But yeah, it's a nice quote. So whether it's true or not.
So you grew up you were in Hergest Ridge.
Yeah. It's pronounced Hergest. It's got a strange pronunciation because it's written with an E, but it's pronounced with an A. But
Hergest, okay. And
yeah.
And so Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells. I remember him. What was he? What did he make? I mean, what was so cool about that place?
Well, he lived just by Hergest Ridge. There's a small town called Kington, and he had a studio just up on the hill, just outside Kington. And I think he'd recorded Tubular Bells, and then the next album was called Hergest Ridge. And so he was living there for a while, and Tubular Bells is a great album. It's a classic, isn't it? It's one of those ones that everyone should have in their collection.
That's right. That's right. So did living close to there, did that influence you, or did you grow up in a musical family, or how did you first get started in music?
Someone asked me this the other day, and I said I didn't grow up in a musical family. But after I finished the interview, I thought maybe my eldest brother had a big vinyl collection, and when I was really young, there was a particular Elvis album and some Beatles albums that I listened to, and King Creole by Elvis. I liked, I did again Elvis's early stuff. I like that kind of rockabilly sort of thing that was happening with that. And my eldest brother got me my first single when I was 6, and it was a Queen single. The film Flash Gordon had just been released in 1980.
Okay.
And he bought me that, and from that moment on, that music, I think probably then that single sort of like set me on the road to discovering sort of music. But Queen was a huge influence. When I was really young, when I was 6, 7, 8, I remember getting Night at the Opera and just absolutely hammering that album. I just used to play it over and over again, and it's such a good album. It still stands up, it's such a, I could still listen to that. In fact, recently I've been listening to Queen a lot in the car again, and just listening to things that I used to listen to years ago.
Do you sing in the car along to Queen?
Do I what?
Do you sing in the car along to Queen?
No, no, I don't.
No,
No,
you
I've
don't. You
never
don't
been
want
much of a sing-along sort of guy.
No, okay. So I have to ask you a question. Did you start out? How did you start out? Did you get a guitar? Did you start singing in school, or what? What was your first musical experience that you did?
Well, I remember, when I got into Queen, I wanted to be a singer because, I was frontman orientated when I was a little kid. It was, and then in 1985, before then, I'd heard Brothers in Arms, the album, and Your Latest Trick is a track on there with saxophone, and that made me want to play sax, but parents weren't keen on spending £600 on a saxophone, so they bought me a clarinet.
Okay.
And they're completely different. They're completely different instruments. And I really wasn't into it, and I didn't get it. I had music lessons at school, and it just didn't connect. And I saw Back to the Future, and I heard, obviously the Johnny B. Good scene, and I discovered Van Halen because there's some bits where Van Halen are being played, on the cassette player and stuff. And I think that film really sort of set me on the path of wanting to play guitar. Up until then it had been all about frontmen, sort of singers and stuff. And then so I part X'd the clarinet for a guitar, for an electric guitar, and then that was it.
That was
it.
it.
Stopped.
Are you self-taught, or did you take lessons? Did you have a mentor?
I had about 10 lessons. I used to have a part-time job when I was a kid, after school, and I paid for lessons, and I used to take the bus, about 25 miles to go and have lessons. But
So did you learn to read music?
No, not really. I understand scales and how scales fit with chords and how chords, when you're writing a song, what chords are in a key and all that kind of stuff, but I don't sight read, But the guy I had lessons from, I was so nervous because I didn't really know this guy. I was going to his house, and my brain was like static, I couldn't take information in, and then I'd go home, and it was before you could have a phone to record things, so I'd write something on paper, I'd get home and look at it and not remember what he told me, and then be worried about the next one, So I found lessons really hard. So I was pretty much self-taught, really. After that, I kind of fumbled my way through sort of teenage years, and then sort of as the years went on, I just got more information and I listened to more stuff and just found things out, I'm still I'm still learning stuff, really. I think you always try and develop and sort of listen to new music and sort of try and expand your writing.
Did you start a band when you were younger? Did you start writing songs? How did you?
Weirdly, yeah. When I was a kid, we had a school band, and I was writing from back then. You have different sort of players because I've met lots of people along the way, and I've played covers, but I've never felt really comfortable. I've always wanted to play the guitar to write music. That's been the whole thing from when I was a kid, really. So yeah, it's always been about writing.
Well, speaking of songs that you've written, let's pause for a video. Now, I noticed a theme in a few of your songs. And the first song we have up today is John the Revelator. Do you want to reveal anything to us about that?
What, the religious side of things? You mean the
Yeah,
religious
they
context?
seem. Yeah, I see a little
Evangelical.
Yeah. Yeah,
Jinx, you owe me a Coke. Okay.
Well,
Right.
my parents, when I was growing up, were of the evangelical bent, and so I was brought up in a quite a strict religious, upbringing, and obviously that, that wasn't my path. I know whatever anyone wants to believe, but it wasn't my thing. But it was, so with things like Blind Willie Johnson and those early sort of preacher blues guys, I kind of relate. I can sort of relate to that in a different way than maybe other people would who haven't had that,
Upbringing.
biblical. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
We want to run John the Revelator.
John the Revelator.
John the
And we will
Revelator.
be right back
Right.
with Troy Redfern. We're Silver Shells Bling Party. I'm Silver Shells.
I'm Cindy Jenkins.
And we are the Bling
Bling
Sisters.
Sisters.
And we'll be right back.
Okay.
Thank you.
Genesis to the Revelation. Genesis to the Revelation. Genesis to the Revelation. Genesis to the Revelation.
And we are back with Troy Redfern. I'm Silver Shells.
I'm Cindy Jenkins.
And we are...
Still the Bling sisters.
I wasn't ready for that one.
I know
Okay.
you
All
weren't.
right.
I'm sorry. I'm
It's
getting
all right.
back at you.
Okay, you can. Go ahead. I deserve it.
Okay.
Anyway, all right, Troy. So now you are...
Well, let's ask a question that we asked during the song that I asked
Oh, you go
Troy.
ahead. Thank you.
Is this commentary, or is this a character that you're stepping into and embracing and then acting out on camera and with music?
I would say, with the lyrics, but because the way I write songs, it's quite a common thing. I think I remember seeing Mick Jagger do the writing in that way in a documentary, and I kind of play the guitar riffs or the guitar parts, and then I kind of improvise the vocals, and then record those vocals and listen back and try and fit words into those syllables and those sounds, And so
Right.
I prefer a good sounding word, and obviously it has to make some kind of sense as well, So it's kind of almost like automatic writing. It's it's slightly subconscious because you're not filtering the lyrics as they come through in the same way that you wouldn't filter your guitar play. If you're doing a guitar solo, that would be improvised and that would be coming from somewhere that you haven't got time to think.
No.
And as far as the performance playing, again, I just kind of zoned with that. It's like when I play live, I don't think about. It's almost like it's kind of you're not yourself. You just it's automatic. I think that's the best way to be. If it's a performance like dance or movements like that, that would be a bit weird. I think it just has to be similar to when you're dancing, isn't it? If you were dancing to music, that you wouldn't be thinking consciously about that. That would just be a movement.
Right. Right. You just would do it.
Yeah.
So are you spontaneous on your tours? Are you spontaneous when you play?
Yeah, always. Yeah.
Always?
That's that I don't like. There's some bands that are kind of on the blues scene that play to a click track, and every song's the same every night, and even the speech between it's the same. And that's never interested me.
I like to shake it up.
I like that.
I like music
I like
to be
that.
free, and that's what music. The things that happen that the magical things that you couldn't predict happen.
It's exciting.
In moments. Yeah, and you couldn't do that if it was all written and it was all locked down. Like a Bon Jovi show, for example. Like where it's all like a stadium and it has to be at that
It's
level.
rehearsed and choreographed that way.
Yeah. But I prefer the improvisational thing. I kind of like certain types of. Not jazz players, but like John Scofield and people like that, and those improvisers, that's always been a big part of what I listen to. And I like Frank. My hero is Frank Zappa. That's the guy I kind of.
Mothers of Invention.
There is a movie coming out,
I know it's released in the States, but it's not over here. It's going to be like March, I think, which I'm really annoyed about. I was desperate to see it, but it's released. I think it's released yesterday in the States.
Oh, they might put it on Netflix, pretty quick.
Well,
Not
hopefully,
Netflix, Hulu maybe.
No, well, Hulu, but you have to pay. You have to
I
pay.
I'm willing to pay for no commercials.
All right, so we have James Smith. Hi, guys, watching from Scotland. Absolutely love Troy's work. Hey, James.
Elisa Kaufman, good friend of ours. And Joyce Vaughn, another one.
Hello, Joyce. Love you lots.
Oh, who else is in
So
here? I have
we're-
Daryl Rosenberry.
Do you want to say hi to anybody?
I'd like to say
Troy?
a big hi to James. James is an absolute star, and he's up in Scotland, and he's just an absolutely lovely bloke, and big shout out to James.
All right.
How much fun is that? So
Well, we have J.C. Fluger. Let me run a couple names down.
Okay.
Maria Peacock, Lorraine Jenkins. My mom is watching. Elisa Stacy Drasky. I knew her in Idaho. Hi, Stacy. I'm so happy you're here. Haiki Lachi is watching. Shannon Williams, Carl Edelman, Joyce Vaughn, Jeannie Altman, Daniel Holmes, and Horston Longsail. I'm seeing
Daniel's
all
on.
of these people.
Daniel's one of my oldest school friends. So
Wonderful.
Nice,
pretty nice of Dan.
nice. Well, hello, everyone. I want to say hi to my son and his wife, my granddaughter, Mason, Riley, Zach, Kevin. Hi, everybody. Sabrina.
Well, I'll say hi to Mom because I know she's watching. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Thanks.
All right. So, you are a songwriter, guitarist, director, one-man band, producer. You like to take control. Do you prefer trios as your type of band?
It's always been easier, a trio has been easier with one guitar. I prefer to have a second guitar player, but for the album I want to put out next year, I'd want to take another guitar player out just to fill the sound out, really. But yeah, all those things, I've ended up doing stuff myself because in the past I've been into studios and spent lots of money and not been happy with the results, So about 15 years ago, I decided to set my own studio up.
Yeah.
So I could just do it myself, and it's obviously it's not as good as going into a studio in the way that you haven't got treated rooms, you haven't got good drum rooms, but the positive is you can take your time with things and get things exactly how you want them.
More authentic.
And I think that trade-off, and it's just easier, doing things by yourself. I've done my own sort of photography, and I've had people like my daughter used to help, sort of do that. And when she was young, this is my young one. When she was about 7, all the promo shots she was doing for me, and she was really good. She got a great portfolio, but she's never been that fast. She sort of she's been sort of like in national magazines at work, but
Wow.
whether she sort of carries on with it, but it's just easier, the new record is the first time that I've got a producer in,
Yeah.
and that's been different. That's been a bit sort of letting go of the reins and letting someone else sort of take control. But
How is that
really
for
trust
you?
the guy. Huh?
How is that for you, letting go?
Well, I went into the studio in Brighton with this guy, a guy called Wynn, and he was really good, and straight away, I felt a connection with the guy, and when I sent him my demos, he got all the references in the music. He was saying the references back to me, which I didn't think anyone would pick up on, but he said, "All right," and went through the list of songs, and we went into the studio, and this time I hired musicians in to play, and there's a drummer called Darby Todd who I got to play on the album I recorded at Rockfield. And he's played with The Darkness and sort of Martin Barr, and Paul Gilbert, all sort of top guitar players. He's a great player, and it was great being in the studio with those guys because they were throwing suggestions in for arrangements, and
Nice.
and because they're so good, normally I'd be a bit cagey about letting someone sort of say about an arrangement, but these guys were just if you got people in that good, it's just best to go with it and listen to people, and it really worked. Letting people have input, and people you trust, so that was great. So I'm really excited about releasing that, that album.
Good. And so you play a slide guitar, and
Yeah.
do you want to do the trivia question, Cindy?
Oh, we had a trivia question.
We did have a trivia question. If we don't
But
have
I
it,
did not formulate the alternates.
all
So
right. It's all right because I'm
glad you announced the thing that I didn't do.
I
That's really helpful. Thanks. I'm such a producer.
You can always count on me to, rat you out. It's funny.
Okay, so in 2019, February 11th, you bought something,
What did you buy?
or you at least acquired it. I don't know how you acquired it. I hope you didn't steal it.
Didn't steal it.
But this thing is very special to you, and anybody that knows you closely would know what it is. So maybe they can throw a guess up there in the comments as to what you acquired in 2019 on February 11th. Musically related. Okay. Was that good?
That was very good. That's
Okay,
very
thanks.
good. because I know some things
Yeah,
about the answer. I do.
I know the answer too.
I know you do.
Okay,
All right.
let's
We're back.
continue. We're back.
Oh my gosh! So you just play a lot of styles: progressive blues, rock, experimental, Delta blues. Do you feel like you're evolving your musical style all the time?
Yeah, it's always changing. But it's a focus, because I enjoy sort of progressive music. Like I said, I like Frank Zappa, so I grew up with that, and that's the music I'm sort of saturated with. And with Zappa's music, it was kind of like there was lots of blues in there. He's a big fan of Johnny Guitar Watson and Clarence Gatemouth Brown and all those guys. But there's also the classical side and the kind of like avant-garde side. I'd like to do sort of more music that was kind of slightly more experimental, but because I'm putting music out and promoting it, and at the minute, I'm playing mainly in the blues genre.
Okay.
I don't want to stray too far out of that genre because it would be a different market. It would be a whole different thing, and it would be starting from scratch. If I released a progressive prog album, the blues world isn't that all the people who like what I'm doing wouldn't like that. They wouldn't necessarily. Although saying that, I did an album called Island in lockdown, and that has things on there that aren't blues. That are definitely sort of something else. With that, I tried to be a bit less blinkered, and just kind of be creative.
Okay, just kind of mix them more together. Compilation.
I love Eastern music. I like music from Turkey and Rebettica.
Oh, very, very nice.
Yeah, and that's always sort of, that music from sort of, Istanbul has kind of always spoken to me. I've always absolutely loved it.
Istanbul.
Well, we have a
also
guess on the trivia question. I think we should talk about it for a minute.
Let's talk about it.
Let me see. I scrolled up here, and I have
Daniel
Adrian
Holmes.
Miles, Horston Longsail.
That's
He guessed first. Where is it?
A complete collection of semaphore flags.
No.
That was Horston Longsail.
I was replying to Daniel. Let's go up to Daniel. Hi, guys. Well, he guessed somewhere. Anyway, somebody answered National Resonator Guitar. So I think that's pretty close. So I think we should reveal the entire answer.
But then Daniel Holmes said National Triolean Guitar. That is
And
on
it is
the
a Triolean.
cover of Island X. Okay, so is that what it is? Hey, Gary.
It is. Yeah.
So the National guitars, does it have a steel body?
Yeah, it's a steel bodied and it's got like a cone in it.
The resonator.
It's gorgeous. It's an absolutely gorgeous guitar.
Okay, in your video that we're going to play here very shortly,
Hallowed Ground.
Are you playing that guitar?
Yeah.
You are. Well, let's take a peek at it
Right.
Head on over to Hallowed Grounds.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I wanted to know more about the guitar. So it's pretty darn cool, the stuff I read about it. So
Okay, well, let's go.
all right, bye.
Say it till I understand. Pray like a broken man. I don't want to waste no time. The calling of the waves don't lie. Watching now, I can't redeem. It's running deep in my bloodstream. Calling to the gods I know, the fall winds and the buffalo. Shadow reaching out, falling on my hell ground, my hell ground. I can feel it come apart, breaking, yeah, it's breaking down, yeah, breaking down. Take me by the hand and take me to that promised land. Lead me to that borderline. Said I ain't done no crime. Falling with a broken wing, like an angel full of sin, fading in the western light, cold rising sparking night. Shadow reaching out, falling on my hell ground, my hell ground. I can feel it come apart, breaking, yeah, it's breaking down, it's breaking down. Shadow reaching out, falling on my hell ground, my hell ground. I can feel it come apart, breaking, yeah, it's breaking down, yeah, breaking down. Break it down, yeah, break it down. Break it down, yeah, break it down. Break it down, break it down, yeah, break it down.
Back.
And we are back with Troy Redfern. I'm Silver Shells.
I'm Cindy Jenkins.
We are
The Bling Sisters.
Look for the red light in the upper left-hand corner. We have interviewed so far
39 people.
90
That was back in April.
I know. 80, now 93
93.
people. So
We're on
number
94 today.
Yes. All right.
She can count.
I can. I learned how to count in kindergarten.
Okay.
All right. So we
Carry on,
we're
carry
back
on.
with Troy. So Troy, you have had all sorts of things happen. We know you have a new baby named Mabel.
Oh yeah, French bulldog.
Mabel.
Mabel.
Mabel is how I ran into you. I commented on your post about Mabel. You keep her really safe and don't ever leave her behind in your car or unsupervised because someone will steal her. She is very cute.
Yeah.
It's a little Frenchy bulldog.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. There's a lot of dog fests. I think over here it's become a sort of thing, isn't it?
yeah,
So
how
now,
old is
it's about
she?
she's 17 weeks, 18 weeks.
Wow.
Now.
She's
just
just
a
a
baby.
little one. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, because you got her to heal the hole in your heart too, right? When your dog passed.
Yeah, yeah, Ref had been with me for sort of 10 years, and yeah, he'd gone, and no, it's one of those things that I felt like the time was right to have I think dogs are kind of they're with you for a decade, aren't they, of your life? We only have sort of
Yeah.
like 7 or 8 decades in our lives, and I think it's nice to kind of to have those memories of dogs. I've always been a dog person.
I'm a dog person. I have 2 chocolate labs. But I have this thing that I say because people, when they lose their dogs, they're inconsolable.
Yeah,
We're there. They are temporary, but we're there forever.
yeah,
In their eyes, we are everything forever to them, and from birth until they go.
Yes.
So that's a really important place to be. It's an honor.
yeah. It hit me really hard, when he died. That was just, because he was I've had dogs in the past, and he was the one I connected with the most. He was I've had a deerhound before that, and they're more outside dogs. Like there's a different sort of connection with I felt that, but yeah, he was lovely, and I think French bulldogs are just sort of loving dogs. They're great.
Crowbar likes your music. He says nice.
Hello, darling. Crowbar, Gary. Yeah.
Gary says it sounds great.
All right, so we're just very happy. All right, we want to say happy birthday to Emma, your partner in crime. Didn't she just have a birthday recently?
She did, yeah.
She did, all right. And you just moved into a house. I can't call it a new house 2 years ago because it was built in 1625, originally as a
Yeah.
barn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Oliver Cromwell stayed here. That's the kind of claim to fame with that house.
Oliver
I think, sort of-
Cromwell.
That is pretty darn cool. Are you going to put a studio in there?
There's some outbuildings, so I'm going to get one. We're going to get one built out there. So that's there's a room that's being converted at the moment, and then once that's done, then work on this. It's only a small studio, but it's a space to record. So that'd be nice. At the minute, I've got all my stuff set up in the bedroom. I managed 2 weeks without having my studio set up, and I just was going mad. I couldn't cope. So that's all set up again. So that's nice.
Well, it looks great behind you. So what are your plans now for upcoming for the future? Do you just plan on working on your CD and getting that recorded? And
Yeah, that's the one I recorded at Rockfield is all the recording's done. So that's been sent to the guy, to Paul Wynn, for mixing. So he's doing that now. I spoke to him yesterday. He's in the middle of sort of mixing that.
oh, nice.
Then it's just going to be deciding on a release date, because I want to tour it really. I want to, if I'm making physical products, I need to be out on the road to sell it, because there's no point getting a run of 1,000 CDs and then not be able. You can sell a certain amount online.
Right.
It's at the shows where you sell stuff.
T-shirts.
So it's going to be decided whether to sort of hold back, and maybe to sort of the end of spring to release that, and then sort of hopefully tour it. But the problem is, what's happened is, people have cancelled their shows, and they put their shows back to November. So the end of 2021 is pretty much filled with people that have knocked their shows back. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be tricky trying to get, it's looking at 2022.
Yeah. You're going to have to book now.
Yeah. So it's
People are doing that.
Yeah.
They're booking as if,
Yeah.
because that's the only thing we can do right now.
Not a pain in the butt. This has been just a big pain in the butt. This COVID stuff and
nightmare for the industry, But hopefully, hopefully middle of next year things will have settled down. Fingers crossed.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. Somebody talked about having a mask burning party, but I've invested too much in my masks. I don't think I'm gonna burn them.
I don't like fire. We live in California.
Yeah, I'll donate them to the mask museum. The COVID.
Well,
Anyway.
See, where are we?
All right.
Where are we?
Oh.
We should conclude with some burning questions. Any questions from the audience? Are there any questions? Questions for Troy?
I know you're a fan of Mark Twain. What's your favorite story?
Mark Twain. Huckleberry Finn, probably.
Which one?
Huckleberry Finn.
Huckleberry Finn. Okay.
Oh, nice. I just gifted a friend a 1948 version copy with the dust cover still on it.
Right. Fantastic.
Yeah, it was a
I used
lovely,
to-
lovely illustrated book.
Yeah. I used to work in a bookshop, and I loved it. I loved my time sort of doing that.
Yeah, I had a bookstore on eBay for a while, many years ago. Has Troy
Yeah.
got any more live streams coming up?
I kind of put them on hold, really. With the move and stuff. And when lockdown first happened, I did, quite a few. Well, a few. But I should do one. Yeah, I should do a live stream, really.
Absolutely.
There's nothing planned, but now I'm settled here. Then I should do one on a Sunday or something.
Well,
Yeah.
Kurt
So-
Crowbar
so-
Kangas. I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Sorry, no, I finished.
Oh, Crowbar is asking where you're from because he wasn't here at the beginning. So, do you want to talk about where you're living and where you're from?
Yeah, I'm just over on the Welsh border in the UK, near a place called Hay-on-Wye, which is kind of just sort of just on the border, sort of like right in the middle of. If you had Wales as an area, it's kind of like halfway up, just on the border there.
Okay, what's your favorite Christmas record? Says Horston.
Horston Longsail.
I've got a
Uh-oh.
cord in front of that. Horston Longsail. What is Troy's favorite country to stay and tour? To play and tour.
So you got question number 1. What's your favorite Christmas record?
Favorite Christmas record? Probably "Thank God It's Christmas" by Queen, because I can't think of anything else.
Okay, that's good.
Favorite places? They're all different, and they're all sort of special in different ways. I went to Russia, and that was amazing. That was kind of like in winter time, so it was -18 and it was snowing, and that was a really special sort of time. Spain was great. We went right around Spain from the top to the bottom and then back up on a tour, and that was great seeing that country. Norway was great. They're all different, and I'm not sure if there's any sort of favorite one because they're all so
Which
different
one
and
could you
experiences.
spend more time in?
Wait, I have a question. Which one had the best audience?
I would say the best festival audience was in Poland.
Okay.
Yeah, that was great. That was a really special festival there. But I spent the most time in Spain. That was the longest sort of tour. But yeah, they're all different. They're all very sort of, and they've all got great things about them. We played Czechoslovakia, and that was great. The food was great.
Yeah,
in Czech.
food's good in Czechoslovakia.
So this next one is my favorite of the 3. That's why it's last.
All right, we're on
We
our
always
way out.
Save the best for last. And so this is purely my opinion. The line, I really like this. Tell us a little bit about, because that guitar as you're coming in is just killer. It's killer.
I think it probably started off as a John Lee Hooker thing. That track. It was kind of even though it doesn't sound like it, sounds rockabilly, but I think the original idea was that kind of a boogie sort of thing, and it just morphed into more of a rockabilly sort of tune, and I just kind of went with that. But yeah, I got a Gretsch for that song, and it just gave it that kind of rockabilly sort of sound.
So before we go, I want to say thank you so much for coming on our show today.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate you guys getting me on.
Yeah,
Thank
it's
you.
been a lot of fun. We appreciate your willingness to come on and have fun in our silliness and answer questions.
No,
You're a
thank you.
very pleasant guest.
Very
Thank you so
pleasant
much.
guest, number 94. So if you'd like to see our other videos, please go to our page,
Go to blingsisters.live or you go
Silver
and
Shells
search
Bling Party.
in Facebook for Bling Sisters Live.
Bling
And you will
Sisters Live.
find it's just easier than Silver Shells Bling Party. Don't you think?
I'm used to just saying it one way.
You say it however you want,
all
honey.
right.
Okay.
Okay, but anyway, so we have all of our videos, and you can tune in and watch all of them. We have, everybody from John Provost to Walter Trout, Eric Korn, Levi Lloyd. Oh my gosh, we have Ms. D.
Ms. D
Logwood,
coming up Thursday.
I'll
and
be watching the Billy Sheen one. I'll be tuning in to see the Billy Sheen.
I'll send
Yeah.
you a link. I'll send you a direct link
Thank
so you
you.
can go right there.
we have Rudy Colombini coming up. We have Birdleg Pitman, and so we will be back on Thursday, this coming Thursday, with
Coming
another
Thursday
show.
and the next 2 or 3 Thursdays.
Yeah, we won't be doing one on Christmas, but
Or
we're
Christmas
really
Eve.
I'm really excited. Okay.
Okay, well, let's wrap
all
it
right,
up.
All right, Ms. D will be on December
3rd.
3rd at 6 p.m. Please join us. It's our ever-evolving show.
Pardon.
We love you all.
Okay,
Thank you
very
for joining
good.
us.
Thank you so much,
Troy.
everyone.
Okay, bye.
Okay. And here we go.
Just like a prayer to the Lord. Just like a prayer.